Good YouTube, it's your boy Blue Blood Sports TV back at y'all with another one. So, undefeated, former WBO featherweight world champion, American silver medalist, superstar boxer Shakur Stevenson, he absolutely goes in on capturing those belts from Oscar Valdez and from Jamel Herring. Now we know he has a friendship and a relationship, and he's somewhat of a stablemate with Jamel Herring. Jamel Herring yesterday had the biggest fight of his career and the biggest victory of his career after he defeated Carl Frampton, two-division world champion, in dramatic fashion. He dropped Carl Frampton, and then ultimately he stopped Carl Frampton in the sixth round of their fight in dramatic fashion. He was the underdog going into that fight, as Carl Frampton was the favorite. With that said, he trains in the same stable with Brian Bomac McIntyre, trainer of and manager of undefeated three-division world champion, who is the WBO welterweight world champion, who is widely considered the best fighter in the world, Terrence Bud Crawford. He also trains Jamel Herring. So with that said, Shakur Stevenson, he is somewhat of a protege of Terrence Crawford, Bomac, and that stable. Now he obviously comes out of New Jersey, and they're coming out of Omaha, Nebraska, but they have a close bond and close relationship. So with that said, Shakur Stevenson, 15-0, 8 wins by way of knockout. He's 23 years of age. He's a southpaw, stands at 5'8" with a 68-inch arm reach. Last time we saw him in the ring was December 12th when he took on and beat Toka Khan Clary in unanimous decision victory. He will be heading into another showdown June 12th at Madison Square Garden. Okay, and he let it be known prior to the fight that he wanted to face the winner of Carl Frampton, Jamel Herring, and it was widely reported that he was the mandatory for the WBO. And the way the WBO sanction body works, if you didn't lose the belt and you move up in weight, they automatically make you the mandatory challenger. And so with that said, he automatically moving up from 126 to 130, he became the automatic challenger for the WBO title, which is held by Jamel Herring. Okay. And he let it be known then that, he knows they have a friendship. There's somewhat of stablemates, co-stablemates. But he says nothing is going to, stand in the way of his accomplishments and his greatness. Jamel Herring now 23 wins, 2 losses, 11 wins by way of knockout. He himself was stopped. He's 35 years of age, stands at 5'10" with a 72-inch arm reach. Last time we saw him in the ring was last night when he stopped Carl Frampton in dramatic fashion. So he's the WBO mandatory challenger. So Shakur Stevenson let it be known, 30 days, brother. He said that, a great win, impressive win, but what's next, champ? Because I need that belt so I could stop and prevent Oscar Valdez from avoiding a fight with me. So he's saying that, once he gets the WBO belt, and he says, unfortunately, I'm going to have to lift that strap off you so I could get that belt from Oscar Valdez, because Oscar Valdez is somebody Shakur Stevenson was trying to get a fight with since they was at 126. And Oscar Valdez, he vacated the WBO belt to move up to 130 when Shakur Stevenson was his mandatory challenger. Shakur Stevenson fought for the belt, obviously won the belt, and he's been calling out Oscar Valdez for quite some time. Oscar Valdez, 29 wins, no losses, 23 wins by way of knockout. He's 30 years of age, stands at 5'5.5" with a 66-inch arm reach. Last time we saw him in the ring was in February 20th of 2021 when he KO'd in dramatic fashion Miguel Bichelt, then the WBC lightweight world champion, superstar Mexican boxer. Miguel Bichelt at the time only had 1 loss on his resume. He KO'd Miguel Bichelt in dramatic fashion in that fight. Now, Miguel Bichelt, 37 wins, 2 losses, 33 wins by way of knockout. Having lost, he's 29 years of age. Now he has lost twice due to losing to Oscar Valdez. So Oscar Valdez, he holds the WBC title. So Shakur Stevenson, he lets it be known that he's ranked number 1 in the WBC ranking and in the WBO ranking. So Top Rank, they put up a poll of the top 10 lightweights in the world, and they didn't have Shakur Stevenson, Gervonta Tank Davis, or Christopher Colbert on the list, right? Who are the top 3 in my opinion, best fighters at 130. Most would peg Gervonta Tank Davis, 2-division world champion, as the number 1 lightweight 130 pounder in the world. Okay, and most would have Christopher Colbert top 5 and Shakur Stevenson top 3. Right? If you want to have Miguel, you want to have Oscar Valdez, who's the champion, and Jamel Herring, you want to have the champions up there. But they had Joseph Jojo Diaz, who lost the belt on the scale, up there as well, and he's not even a champion. Okay. Joseph Diaz is not a champion, but they had him up there. They didn't have Christopher Colbert, Gervonta Tank Davis, or Shakur Stevenson. And this is ESPN and Top Rank, in which the network and promotional company that Shakur Stevenson represents. Okay, so they had a poll where they put up, Jamel Herring versus Oscar Valdez unification bout, and Shakur Stevenson, he responded, "That's not going to happen," right? He said, ODB, right? He said that's only going to happen ODB. Okay, so he said that's not going to happen. Okay, ODB is abbreviated for over my, so we understand, right? So paraphrasing. So with that said, Shakur Stevenson says, and he puts up his WBO papers, and he says, because somebody stated to him, well, why wouldn't ESPN put up a poll? Why wouldn't we see Jamel Herring versus Oscar Valdez for unification? Shakur Stevenson responds and puts up his WBO paperwork and says, this is a great reason why you're not going to see that, because I'm the mandatory challenger. I'm number 1 in the WBC rankings, and I'm mandatory for the WBO. So that's not going to happen. They're going to have to go through me. So 30 days, Jamel Herring has to negotiate and get a deal done with Shakur Stevenson. Like I said, Shakur Stevenson, we know, is going to have a fight June 12th at Madison Square Garden. That's a stay busy fight, to keep him active. Last time we saw him in the ring was against Toka Khan Clary. That was December 12th. Okay, so he's just going to stay active, getting in the ring, because, in June, that would be 6 months out the ring. Okay, so then they have 30 days to negotiate. From here on out, to come to an agreement. Shakur Stevenson wins the fight on June 12th. Then they have a fight scheduled between himself and Jamel Herring. Going to be a very interesting fight. Should the Jamel Herring that showed up yesterday shows up against Shakur Stevenson, is going to be a very, very interesting fight, because Jamel Herring is very, very rangy. He stands at 5'10" with a 72-inch arm reach, so he's going to have a 2-inch height advantage over Shakur Stevenson. He's going to have a 4-inch arm reach advantage over Shakur Stevenson. And he's a pure boxer. He has power, as we saw last night. He's very accurate, very rangy. He controls distance well. The knock on Jamel Herring was when it gets rough and tough, is he going to pack it in and fold? Because we saw against Jonathan Okendo in his fight before this Carl Frampton fight, he seemed to have packed it in when he suffered a injury in the fight. And you had Timothy Bradley and Andre Ward. They weren't happy with the fact that he opted to go and get the DQ victory instead of just pushing through the fight. And they felt like he checked out mentally, right? So, but he showed yesterday when he suffered the same exact cut in the same exact place. He got more aggressive. He pushed through it, and he ended up getting a knockout stop TKO victory over Carl Frampton, which was very impressive. But I believe that Shakur Stevenson's footwork, I believe that Shakur Stevenson's angles, his accuracy, and ultimately Shakur Stevenson's defense. He's very elusive on defense. He'll make Jamel Herring miss, and before you know it, when he makes a miss, he'll find himself even closer to Jamel Herring. So he'll be on the inside. Once he makes Jamel Herring miss, he'll be on the inside, once he gets on the inside, he's going to make Jamel Herring, pay for making a mistake. Like Floyd Mayweather say, you make a mistake, you have to pay. So when he makes you miss, he's gonna take a step closer. So he's gonna nullify the arm reach of Jamel Herring by doing so. So once he slips and makes Jamel Herring miss, he'll make a step inside. He'll make a move and a step inside, which is going to put him in position to be underneath Jamel Herring's arm reach and his length. So, I believe that that's going to be the difference, because he's very elusive on defense. He's going to slip his punches. He's going to make, give Jamel Herring, he's going to make Jamel Herring think a lot in the fight. They're familiar with one another. They sparred one another. They've shared the same training camps and stables, you know, so they're very familiar with one another. But Shakur Stevenson is having none of it. So he let Jamel Herring know, sorry, great brother, but I need that belt from you. I'm going to have to lift it up off you. So that way Oscar Valdez can stop avoiding me and I could put him in a position where he's going to have to fight me. And when asked about, you know, why we shouldn't get Jamel Herring, Oscar Valdez unification, he put up his paperwork from the WBO letting it be known that he's the WBO mandatory and it ain't happening. He's not going to step aside. He's not going to allow it to happen. He's going to take the fight. So let's see how this unfolds. Make sure y'all hit the like button. Drop a comment in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think. Y'all already know what it is. It's your boy Blue, Blue Blood Sports TV. Hate, like, comment, and subscribe. You haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the bell icon to get all the new notifications. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, all one word. Y'all already know what it is. Shout out to the entire LDBC. Shout out to New Media. Shout out to Black Media Raw. Make sure you like and share these videos. That's all I got for y'all. Peace.
Oh, it is your boy Jada Kiss. Make sure you check out Blue Blood Sports TV. It's going down.